Hello, Sagittarius. So, I was just kind of trying to shuffle, think a little bit, and while I was thinking about doing your reading, what came to mind was this like burgeoning energy. So something like building up, like it's almost like the welling up of something. There's a build up, like um it is. I know that it's about to be Christmas season, but that's kind of what it feels like. It feels like a kid on Christmas. There's a lot of like nervous butterflies in my stomach kind of feeling going on. So let's look into that first. This is the Sofan Chan Buddha Dharma Oracle deck. Number 6, ill will and aversion. Oh my gosh, this is crisis averted. Okay. Crisis averted. It says a sharp knife is a useful tool in cutting or a lethal weapon to kill. So as willpower, it can do good or cause harm. Exactly. There's two sides to every story. I'm hearing this is a taco and burrito conversation, nachos. But a bunch. Everyone's heard that before. But that's kind of what this is that there's um point A or side B, and then of course God, that there's always three sides to a story. So willpower can be like a yes or a no. I'm going for it or I'm not. It's kind of a do or don't situation. But here it says willpower is a mental capacity on its own. It is neutral. So that's that point C, right? You don't, without judging, we're just going to observe point A and point B. However, as the monkey mind puts its spin on it, it can easily become either a determination to succeed or do harm to anything. So, you know how they say an idle mind is the devil's playground? That's kind of the same thing here. There's something about like this willpower or like the aversion towards something that's like building up. So I don't know if you're enjoying something or if you're not Sagittarius, but there's something about this um, ill will slash aversion that feels like it's about to like break free. I don't know what that's about. Can you get more on this, please? Aging in the reverse. This is number 25. It says the gift of time is something to rejoice. So you may feel like you have an aversion to time. I know that sounds really weird, but like, okay, so this is another good example. When I was in college, I would have these finals that I had to get through before I could go home for the holiday, right? And I would be looking forward to the holiday and really looking forward to seeing all my friends and family when I got home. But I couldn't really get excited about it until after the final was over. That's kind of what this is like, ooh, I have to cram so much, or like you have butterflies about your grades or your like the outcome of something, or I don't know what's going on. I'm just giving examples, but it could just be like, the quarter is closing. Maybe you just want to not spend so much money this year for Christmas, and you're not sure how you're gonna like, spend all, budget yourself out. That's what I'm trying to say is like there's something about you needing to kind of look into that. The other thing that it says on this aging card, it says to reject or avoid the important rites of passage is not wise because the mental avoidance and rejection will only bring more unnecessary pain and suffering. So if something's ending for you and it's like something that you don't really want to end, or if it's, because sometimes like you don't want to, maybe you're graduating. That was a difficult year. Having to say goodbye to all of my friends from like the last 4 years, wherever I've been in school, that was not easy. I always kind of had an aversion to that. But it's also because I didn't want to see the end of it. It's when you have a really good book that you love reading, and instead of having a sequel to look forward to, there is no sequel. This is the last book, and you're on the last page of the last book. It's kind of that. You need to find something else to refocus on or recenter your energy, and maybe don't focus on what you have ill will or has ill will towards you. um, just don't entertain that energy at all. Just So what did we, okay, that's too much, but I will take a look at what came out. Three cards came flying out. It says unconscious choice in the reverse. So this is something that you already know about. Whatever I'm talking about, apply it how it does, but you know what you have either built up an aversion to, or something has built up an aversion to you, or whatever the case is. You will know how this applies to you. This is number 16 in the upright, conceptual mind. I just did a reading a moment ago. You might be dealing with another fire sign. It's possible. Um, and then here we have delusional mind in the reverse. So what you need to know is that you're not crazy, that you're conscious of the concept of what's going on. I think you get the gist of what's going on, the gist of what I'm saying. I'm going to put these back and get the third card. I just wanted to see what they had to. It was just confirming that whatever this applies to, that might be something that's kind of building up in the back of your mind. It's a little voice back there talking to you. Yeah, here's idling mind, number 7, coming out as the third card. So this is interesting. We've got 6, we've got number 25, and then we've got 7. So in terms of color, this is kind of residual. It's like progressive, but also you're thinking about new things. Does that make sense? Like you're not thinking about old subject matter. This is that aging in this specific sense means old endeavors. Maybe an old mindset that you used to have. It could be as simple as that. So please don't read into anything that does not apply to you. You could have an aversion to the old. You want something chic, modern, new, on point. Yeah, I'm just hearing work. You better work. Okay, so there's something about being able to be um, at ease. Okay, let me try to frame this in a specific way. So the people who can sit at home and do work from home jobs, people who work at think tanks, people who work behind the scenes in a call center to support like a huge insurance company like Centura or I don't know, First Bank or some huge law firm. Like you, that's what I'm saying is that there's something about you not wanting to look back at the idle moments. You're trying to make use of the things that you do have. Sagittarius. So I'm gonna get clarifiers. We'll use the Oracle deck to get some clarifiers. Okay, what do you have ill will or aversion towards? Please, can we get some partnerships and love? Okay, so you may be having problems in your personal relationships with people. This is number 2. There's something about there being too many cooks in the kitchen. This is the number 2, obviously. This is, partnerships and love. And it is in the upright. But like I said, this is coming out on top of the ill will and aversion. So what are you pushing against, Sagittarius? There's 1, 2, 3 spiritual hands trying to kind of help you out or give you a piece of information or advice or maybe like a blessing. And it seems like you may have an aversion to that. Sometimes I do that too, though, when I think about it. So sometimes I don't want to take things from anybody because I don't want to owe anybody anything. You could be going through something as simple as that. You could be going through something, yeah. The exhaustion card and the suffering card just fell out in the reverse. You actually really need to go watch the Leo reading that I just did because a lot of your cards are really similar. If this aging, look, you're not looking back at being tired. You're not about to sit here and age yourself and stress yourself out about something. If this is a relationship with somebody, you're done. Like, you're over it. You're like, look, I'm not about to. I have actually built up a resistance to this relationship because it's going to age me. It's going to stress me out. It's going to completely have me just over here losing my mind. The gift of time is something to rejoice. In this specific case, the time is not something to rejoice. This is you not really wanting to be exhausted by wizened old. I don't know why I'm seeing whole bunches of cookie cutter houses, but I'm seeing like a Wrinkle in Time kind of vibe come through where you're tired of everybody marching to the same drum. Like, everyone's outside bouncing their ball at the same time on the driveway, and they're all wearing the same outfit. And it's like, just be yourself. Like, be who you are and stop worrying about everyone else because they're already taken. Last time I reviewed life on a realistic level, we still haven't really figured out how to body snatch. Kind of. Not really, though. That's what this idling mind is telling us. So just because you're not moving around or you're not doing the most outside, or, out partying with your friends, or you're thinking about learning a new skill set instead of doing the same thing you've been doing, don't let anything take you off that mindset. Other people might tell you that you've got an idling mind, but if it makes you feel like you're not suffering, it's probably worth it. It's probably at least worth looking into. Just a thought, because those moments, those bright, shiny, lovely moments that everyone wants life to be continuously full of, that's just not a reality. Sometimes there are uncomfortable moments and moments that we would prefer not to have. But rather than, residing in those kind of cantankerous feelings, you can just choose to think about things in a different way or step into a different personality completely. Sounds psychotic, but it's not. You can just wake up one day and choose to be a different person. It's just a decision. It's just a decision. That's it. Someone told me that once. Like, purpose came out when I parted the deck. This is the purpose, Sagittarius, is for you to shove off the old, understand the lesson, the reason, the season that somebody, something, someplace was part of your life. Being able to use what you can and leave the rest. That's this idling mind over no suffering. Something that you find really boring, someone else could find really useful. Or vice versa. Maybe you really love reading, and someone else is like, I have not read a book since I was in grade school. That's not something I would do for leisure, for fun. Who cares what other people think? Do what you want. If that's what distracts your mind so you don't feel like you're suffering, do it. It beats the heck out of an idling mind. Go read something. And I mean that in like the most broad sense of the word. You can go outside and throw a ball around. Go bounce the ball in a different beat than everyone else. You get what I'm saying. It's about your purpose. It's not about anyone else's purpose. It's about you understanding that you have the ability to use life like a chunk of Play-Doh and create whatever image, whatever sculpture, whatever structure you would like for yourself, for your life, and for hopefully eventually your community. And that does take practice to be able to build community around a concept that you're personally developing. So good luck if that is something that you're looking into. I'm just going to remind us of the bottom of the read here. We have restless mind and your purpose. So I think you want to get to it, Sagittarius. That's kind of what this feels like. And that burgeoning energy of like something, welling up or gurgling to the surface. It's hopefully it's not nausea, but if it's also that butterflies in your stomach can be a really good thing or a really bad thing. And I really hope that this is something that you're looking forward to and that you're feeling the excitement, the anticipation, and the engagement, like engaged with whatever it is that your restless mind has now kind of caught a whiff of. It's a purpose. This guy has his eyes closed, and usually, it looks like a twinkling night sky or something. But in this specific case, I feel like he's smelling something. Like it's like a aroma of like vanilla cookies coming from the kitchen. I hope that's what you're looking at here, is something that benefits you in a very direct way. That your Sangha, your restless mind. I'm just pulling the four that are here. That you've not unbalanced your Sangha. That your purpose is to balance itself out, and that's why this aversion can be, cleared away. Until next time, my friend.